We're going to get into our favorite comic book picks of the week, but before we do, let's go ahead and break down this week's Nerd News. All right, so kind of a slow week in the world of comic books, Shauna. And in the world of nerd news, in the world of fandom, not a lot happened. It is the holidays, so everybody's kind of taking time off. But one news story that kind of caught my eye that I thought we should totally talk about. DC Comics, in a really classy move. If you have any DC books on your pull list, you may have noticed a full-page ad that they've put out paying tribute, a memoriam ad for the late, great Stan Lee.
That's so cool.
Shauna, you've seen Stan Lee many, many times in person.
Yes.
You've seen him on stage talking to audiences. Stan Lee, if you've never seen him talk to a panel of people, he never misses an opportunity to remind the audience how DC was crushed by Marvel, how Marvel just trampled the competition. Every time I've seen him, he always manages to mention how Marvel crushed DC back in the day. Well, to kind of pay tribute to that, DC put out a full-page ad. It's a full black page, and it says in big white text, with utmost respect from the distinguished competition, Excelsior. And it says Stan Lee, and it has the dates and stuff.
That's so cool.
Love this ad.
Very upstanding of them.
Yeah, and if you know a little bit about Stan Lee and kind of the rivalry between DC and Marvel back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, it's a really thoughtful kind of memoriam ad that they put out here. Because, I mean, the distinguished competition.
Yeah.
Love that.
I know.
It's DC's last little jab at Stan Lee.
Yeah, in a good way, though, obviously.
So go out and pick up some DC titles. I don't think we had any DC titles on our pull list this week.
No,
but we need to get one just so we can have a copy of this ad. So it's really, really cool.
It's very cool.
The last great little tribute to Stan Lee. I'm sure we're going to start seeing these things kind of drop off outside of post-credit sequences in the movies. But pick up a DC book. Find this ad. It's going to be a really cool thing to kind of hold up. Maybe even put in a frame.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Way to go, DC. Speaking of DC.
Oh, my gosh.
Aquaman is making all the beans at the box office. It is collecting all the shells on the beach and trading them in for big bucks at the worldwide box office.